No, we're late.
Is our mic working well?
It doesn't matter. We're live.
Okay.
And yes, it is.
Do we need to turn it up a smidge?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because it just looks like it's not really picking us up super well.
It is.
Okay, because it used to go. Yeah, because it used to go further. I think that's better.
Hold on. Keep talking.
Okay, I'm gonna keep on talking.
Oh, all right,
Hello and welcome, everyone. It is Thursday night, and it is June the 3rd, 2021. This is episode number 54 of the podcast. 54 of the podcast.
And you guys know what it means being the third. It means that pretty soon I'm just going to go off about the new Loki series. It's happening 3 days.
Okay. So tonight we are going to be discussing some great adventure updates. Regarding the masks and things like that. We're going to be talking a little bit about Jersey Devil because it's coming really soon. We also got some news about Frightfest, but that's going to be, the Frightfest news will be later, little bit later in the podcast, because Jersey Devil is coming, and it is coming really soon. But we're gonna discuss all of that and whatever else we come up with on the fly. Dan, I think, is getting his beverage. But if you are new here, or even if you're not new here, and maybe you don't know who we are, I'm Jen.
I'm Dan.
This is my son Dan. He's not in his seat though, but this is Dan. He's coming in now. And
I have returned.
We're 1/3 of the channel, but we do the majority of the work and filming and all of that on the channel. So Dan, how are you?
I'm well. I'm excited. What's in your cup?
Actually, well, I have a little bit of Wawa coffee left. The blueberry cobbler coffee, if you like flavored coffees, is very delicious. And I've got a bottle of water sitting here with me. So I love this screen name. I gotta go to the chat.
Along with Juice World. What's up, my guy?
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Also,
go ahead.
As far as what's in my cup, it's the brand that shall not be named orange soda. We don't know which one, though, because they haven't given us any money yet.
Oh, stop it. Oh my gosh, did you just choke?
Yeah.
You shouldn't
do
that.
That's the secret to living. If you don't want cancer, you just shouldn't have it, guys.
You shouldn't drink when you know that laughter will be ensuing.
I didn't think you were going to say something stupid.
Isn't that kind of what we do around here? We say stupid things.
Why are we talking like we're on a children's TV show?
Well,
that's just what we do around here, guys. Just silly us.
So before I get too far into announcements and stuff like that, I got my hairs cut and I love it.
But I need to work on that myself, and
but I do want to, and before you give us the official welcome, I do want to apologize for the dumpster fire that was the podcast last week.
Welcome to the dumpster fire.
It seemed to be fine while it was live, but I came home and watched it, and
it went to hell real fast.
Yeah, like you could barely hear me. I was on location at Great Adventure that night, and
we think we fixed it. But
we hope that we have it kind of worked out. We might even do like a test run,
again.
So you guys might see like another just a on the fly video where we're trying to test this thing out a little bit better. But
real fast.
Anyway. So, apologize for the dumpster fire, but we're not taking it down.
Headphone warning for all of those wonderful viewers who do that thing that is wear headphones. Welcome to the podcast, yeah.
Okay, that was unexpected.
Woo!
was so unexpected. Okay, so let's get to let's just get right to it.
It was very, very fun. Very fun.
Yes, it was awesome. That was back in January, and we had an absolute blast. It was fantastic. So good.
Whoa, but well, have you not heard the normal ones? I feel weird not doing the normal one because I was so off brand for a minute there.
I know, but it's you're too loud.
I'm gonna do a take two. I'm gonna do a take two.
Can you tone it down though?
Legitimate warning to headphone users this time.
This poor guy. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, everybody listening.
Welcome to the podcast. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I toned it down. Anyways.
You did tone it down a little bit. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Oh, nice. Okay, so.
Oh, whoa, bud.
All right, updates. Mask updates. Great Adventure is no longer requiring masks except if you're indoors. I expect that will change as the season goes on. I just have a feeling that they're not going to keep that for the whole rest of the season, but yeah, we'll see.
Well, they might, because you never know, depending on how long it would take to get that regulated, and then
Was that your snack over there?
What?
Right over there on that plate.
No, Paul literally walked in, put that down, and left, and you didn't even notice.
Oh, okay. I have no idea. Okay, so it's wonderful being in the park without a mask. It is absolutely wonderful. And to be able to ride things without it's just great. It's fantastic. Okay, so Paul and I did attend the last night of Coaster Power Hours last Thursday, and it was good. It was really good. It was definitely had a lot more people there than in the past times that we had gone. It's something that I hope Six Flags will bring back in the fall when they go back to weekends. I totally think they can make it work, and by then Jersey Devil will be open, so it'll be even more exciting. And if they don't bring it back this fall, like, please, please, please bring it back next spring. Please. It was such an awesome event. And that I do have a very, very short vlog on that it'll go up sometime this weekend.
You know, I don't know why this was a thought, but it'd be really kind of interesting if Six Flags tried bringing in like other kind of like an Epcot style thing where they just had like a section that was other cultures. That might work really well for them.
It could,
especially if it was like primarily food based.
Okay, so the night after Coaster Power Hours ended, they started another separate ticketed attraction. This isn't an event, it's an attraction. So May 28th through September the 7th, Expedition Dino. We have not seen it yet, but I am looking forward to getting out there maybe sometime in the next couple weeks to do it. So there are 30 life-size dinosaurs, and I don't know if they're all animatronic or if it's just a few of them, but I know at least some of them are animatronic. So I think that's pretty pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now you can do it two ways. You can while the safari is running, you can do it as an add-on to the safari. So you can drive through it if you want. Members are $5, and everybody else, members and season pass holders, and everybody else is $24.99 for that.
So, hey, I was about to say 25 probably. So,
yeah, now if you want to walk through, now wait a minute. This says drive-through, but then theme park walk-through. Okay, so you can walk through it after the safari closes. Now it says, wait a minute. So the walkthroughs start from 6 o'clock and runs to dusk. Oh, okay. So it looks like it says theme park ticket, membership, or season pass, and it's only $5. So it looks like it's $5 for everyone to do that. Now, So maybe this
That
includes.
doesn't sound very
Wait a minute.
Six
So
Flags.
hold on. Oh, okay. So the safari ticket by itself, if you don't have a membership, is $24.99, and then you add on the $5. I misread that, but it is a little misleading to me on the website. Anyway, so for $5 in addition to your ticket, whether you're driving through the safari or you want to walk through it after safari closes, $5 isn't that bad to go check it out. We will definitely be checking it out and vlogging it so that you guys can see it and see if you think it might be fun and worth it.
Now, all this having been said, this is either going to go one of two ways. Pretty good or a dumpster fire.
Well,
I don't think there's much of an in-between.
Oh, I think it'll be cool. I mean, and especially, like, if you really like dinosaurs, I think it'll be super interesting. I've seen some pictures, and they look humongous. Like,
I was going to say, I think that might be a little bit of a stretch, but if you're saying you've seen pictures and it might still be, then maybe.
I just like the fact that it's something different to do at
Oh,
the
no,
park.
no, yeah, that's
Like,
definitely a good
I'm all
thing.
for, bring me all of the different. Like,
Yeah,
I love that.
That's 100% a good thing.
Because when you go out to the park as much as we do, like, I don't want to say, it doesn't get boring. It's just, it gets a little, repetitive and
what I will say is, and I don't know why I just now thought of this.
In fact, here's a couple of pictures
The
here.
entire right side or left side, depending on what your perspective is. I'm going through the front gate, the left side, where you have Carnival and the Western stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of actually is like what they're trying to. Because you even have like El Toro, which is its own little section of like Mexico, basically.
I love that section.
Oh, I know. It's a phenomenal section. They honestly could just renovate that entire section, retheme the whole thing, and do the countries and stuff that way, and then go even harder on the DC and all that stuff on the side that's already supposed to be more characterized, and which, by the way, it's not. I think I just, in this little thing, nailed my biggest issue with Six Flags. They have not gone full in on any one thing. Like, if you really think about it, over by El Toro, they have that tiny slice of Mexico, but it doesn't really feel like, it feels like Taco Bell Mexico. It doesn't feel like...
I don't think so. I think that's a great themed
area. Like, it's really good. Don't get me wrong.
But I do wish that there was a little bit more in it.
Exactly.
I will get to that because I have.
Okay.
Once we get further down the line of some of the updates and announcements and things, I have.
I just don't think they went as full on in that area as they should have, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. And then you look at Carnival, and that's. It's almost like someone put the paint of those themes over those areas, but it doesn't have the liveliness of what they should be.
I think at times it does, though.
At times, but
I think it really does, especially in the fall. I think in the fall.
Well, I think Frightfest kind of. I think Frightfest is the one thing that they have actually gone full in on.
Let's face it. Frightfest is the only moneymaker.
Yeah, and it's probably
it is the moneymaker. And let's not get too far into Frightfest. I want to go Jersey Devil.
I hear you.
And then we're going to get to Frightfest because there's an announcement.
But on that note, actually, take that hint, Six Flags. It's the one thing that you've actually gone really heavy on above the rest of the park, I would say. The theming is what people like, and you're kind of going half-baked throughout the rest of the park. Also, again, talking about this, I kind of just noticed there's only one area of the park that actually feels like a self-contained theme park, which is the fountain area and back, like to the front gates. Because then you hit Joker and it's like, oh, wacky zany, and then you go right and there's Pirates, and then you go further right and there's Panda Express, and then you go all the way over to the left, oh, Superman, oh, Bizarro. Like, there's no theme park. It's just...
Okay.
It's just this after that.
Okay, all right. We're not going to debate that right now. But what we are gonna talk about is Jersey Devil Coaster. So I have not seen it test with my own eyes, but there are plenty of videos where they have been
Wow.
testing it. Now about a week or two ago, it might be almost 2 weeks ago now, that, or was it just last week? Geez, I don't remember. But anyway, I saw on Facebook somebody had posted that they were looking for people to come and be extras in the filming for the commercial and all of that. So I went ahead and emailed, I followed the instructions, I emailed and all of that. I did not get picked. But I do know from Facebook, from people talking about it, that there is a media day next, I think it's Thursday, the 10th. I do know it's the 10th. I'm just not sure if Thursday is the 10th. I think it is the 10th. I mean, Thursday the 10th. Oh my gosh. So, a lot of people got contacted to come to the media day. I did not. But it's hard to say because some people were saying, oh, the commercial's being filmed on Tuesday. Other people were saying it's being filmed on Thursday. Other people were saying that the media day and the commercial are two separate days. So I'm not really sure. But I do know that people who got called for the media day to come and ride and check it out and film and stuff like that is Thursday. Now, I did inquire to see if it was possible that I could be added to that, and it was full. So I just wasn't picked, and that's okay. That is perfectly fine.
No.
And as far as I know, it was word of mouth. There was really nobody to contact or anything like that. It's just sort of like this whole weird thing.
Now, what might happen there is they might be same day, but people are saying otherwise because the media event is not for that.
Well, anyway, so here's what I wanted to say is if next Thursday is media day, this is pure speculation. When do you think the coaster will actually officially open?
Realistically, a month from that time.
Why a month?
They'd probably. Well, I shouldn't say a month exactly, but the first of that month, of the next month. If they're not opening it that day.
Well, see, and I say the official opening will not be that long because if you're letting people ride on it for a media event, I'm thinking soft open next weekend, possibly official opening the following weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
and yet, with my luck, the official opening will be the 26th, the weekend of the 26th, because then that's when we're going away to Tennessee, and I won't be here for the opening. But because they're doing the media, they're letting people ride it next week for media and
that
stuff.
doesn't really mean anything to me because especially in
but it means that they passed everything. You can't put people on it if you didn't pass your inspections.
I get that, but there are also other like I'll use video games for example just because it's the easiest field for me to correlate it to. Once a game goes gold, it's passed all of its inspections, but they will not release it for at least, sometimes.
Well, I can tell you right now, they're not going to have the official opening July 4th weekend. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Six Flags will do stuff either a week or two before or a week or two after because they want to draw more people. They're already a big draw for 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
So my feeling is, and part of this is wishful thinking, not next weekend, but the following weekend. I think that's like the 19th. I think and more hope that it's the 19th. I really, really do. I'm also hoping that there is a member preview. Even if it's
I'm
in the middle of one of those weeks, I'll be there. I'll go.
I'm really curious, all in all, because my big thing is I don't necessarily see them opening it that soon. I mean, they might.
They will. I think so. I mean, this is all pure speculation, but I don't
And
see
that,
them waiting 3 weeks after the media event.
I
I
mean,
just don't see it.
yeah, but we don't necessarily know
And
what
they
the
could soft
media.
open.
We don't necessarily know what the media event entails or anything. Like,
Well, I know that entails people riding it. They have been invited to come and ride it
okay,
and then give their thoughts and
opinion.
everything. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Again, I would still correlate that to the equivalent of like, um,
Now, if
to
they're
like
now if
to like a movie opening. They show
well,
the
now
whole
it's
thing.
possible, but it's possible too that the people that are getting called are thinking that it's like a media event
Mm-hmm.
where it might actually just be the shooting of the commercial.
Yeah,
And then we could be looking at 2 weeks out.
yeah.
But I just don't think so. I really,
Oh,
my hopes are pinned on the 19th. I'm all in for that because if you do it on the 26th, I can't be there. And it just, this devil has cursed me. I'm telling you,
um,
the devil has cursed me.
I don't.
However, while I'm away, because this one's not going on the family vacation, I might be sending his behind out there. How about that? If he'll go, well, if he's not working,
Oh, that's actually really. That's actually a really good point. Is that the hockey team should get called, to go to do all that
yeah, I
stuff.
don't know. I have not heard any rumors about that at all. Like, I don't
But
know if that's going to be a thing.
so the big thing for me with the speculation there is just simply, even when you're talking about movies like critics and stuff, get on, like, watch the entirety of the movie months before release. Like,
This is completely different. This is, look,
but
it has
that
to
happens
it is
across
going
all fields.
it is going to open before July 4th because they want to pack some bodies in there. They want to put some bodies in
Yeah,
the
but at
park.
that
They
point,
need to make money. If the people who
because here's the mind,
because
here's the
the people who
mindset.
come for July 4th, if it opens after the 4th, the people who come for the 4th that may only come once a year, they're not coming back.
No, that
Now,
would be what gets them back. The thing is, if you do it before, they're already like, well, we're already going July 4th. Why
That is true.
why come before? Like, we can just wait, and then the lines will be lower, and they have all that logic in their head. Whereas
That line isn't going to be low until 2 years
no,
from
but
now.
but that's the that's the thought
Yeah,
process.
no,
And
I
then-
don't
and
I
then-
don't see them opening it after 4th of July.
I could see them. 4th of July rolls around, they get the big crowds, and then the weekend after, they're like, "Oh, but didn't you guys want to come back to do this new shiny thing that we just?"
They're not going
That's
to wait.
that's
They're not going to wait that long. There's no way. I think we could
Well,
be
and
seeing
actually-
a soft open next weekend, but
and
my
actually,
my
no.
hopes are pinned on the 19th.
that commercial alone kind of makes me think that it's going to be potentially even longer than we're both saying, because commercials for After Effects and all that, it takes a good, upward of a month.
No.
Yes, especially, well,
No,
you know what?
I've seen them shooting stuff in
Actually-
the park and it's
actually-
airing like within a week and a half.
I was going to say, actually, with how low quality their commercials are, yeah, it probably takes
No, they
about a day
can
to
they
slap
can
together.
they can knock out a
It probably takes about a day to slap together.
yeah, they can
'cause
knock
it-
out a commercial in
Yeah,
no time.
their commercials are the most low effort thing I've ever seen. I'm not talking about a Dasani commercial.
Yeah, but
or
it
something.
takes hours. But anyway, okay. So, anything else about Jersey Devil Coaster? I'm
No.
probably going to. Okay, fingers crossed. I will be able to throw together a video, that kind of condenses 2 podcasts ago,
True.
about the Jersey Devil legend and things like that, and how we are attached to it, stuff like that. I'm hoping to make maybe like just a quick 10-minute video, to put up sometime before Jersey Devil opens, I hope. But if not, I mean, we'll just see. But I would like to do
Right.
that. So
And
the
actually,
other
by the way, I feel the need to point this out. Thank you guys so much for the fact. Yes, the past few podcasts, you guys have actually been coming out and watching live,
yeah,
and that's a lot. That's a lot of fun. So thanks, guys.
yeah, totally. So I don't think there was anything else with that.
No.
Okay, so I guess we will get to the Frightfest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was told by an extremely reliable source who I believe got his information directly from the park.
Are we good to say this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's been put out on social media.
Okay.
Dead Man's Party will return to Six Flags this season. They'll be back this fall.
Down but not out.
Which tells me that we're probably getting full-blown Frightfest back.
I hope.
I don't think it's going to be called Hallowfest this year. I think we're getting Frightfest. The only thing, they have not announced whether or not Unleashed will be back in the theater. Now, I think they're waiting on that because of the mask mandates and stuff like that.
Also, real fast, just one more time, do have to praise Six Flags for last season just lowering that to Hollowfest. And
Hollowfest was phenomenal.
Well,
I mean, for what it was and for what they had to work with, it was so good. But for not calling it
Frightfest specifically,
right?
That was the right call.
Absolutely,
100%.
Yeah, and it was so good. It was so good. And I want to talk about. Remember how we were talking about the Spanish area, the El Toro area? Okay.
All right, so what you got for me?
I believe that I said this on a podcast last year during Hallowfest, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But my idea, now listen up here, Six Flags, listen up now. And I'll probably say this in other videos and stuff, because I know that there are people from Six Flags that watch. I just don't think they watch the podcast. But anyway, I'm throwing this out there. We're going to put it in the universe, and we're going to see what happens. So in that area, I think that they should have some actors back there dressed in Day of the Dead garb. And because Day of the Dead is a celebration, they can have, they have that great music back there already. So you already have that sort of Spanish feeling, that sort of like it's just such great music back there. So you play, you have that, you can have them sort of dancing, posing for pictures, things like that. So it wouldn't necessarily be a scare zone, but it would up that area
so much. Also, let me take that a step further. It would give it more of a
party atmosphere. I know that I would go back there,
Let me take that a step further. Don't necessarily even do the whole, picture op thing. Just straight up have them kind of acting like it's their own universe and interacting with each other and kind of they are take a page out of Coco. They are the dead.
Right.
So they don't interact with you.
That could be kind of cool.
Just have the atmosphere actors.
Well, and the other thing that I would love to see in that area, now this idea pops in my head because which park is that down? I think it's Busch Gardens down in Tampa. That has one of their scare zones. Scare zones is a Day of the Dead scare zone. But they have it looks amazing. So they have, some of the actors, the music is going. I think they might even have some live musicians as well. Okay. And they're just dancing and having a good time, and they'll stop and, let you take a picture and everything. But they also have, and I don't know what it's called, and I know that Day of the Dead,
it's Hollow Screen.
Is no, I know that. Okay. But I know that, let's put it this way. I cannot say Day of the Dead in Spanish, so I'm not going to try because
Cinco
I mess
de
it.
Mayo.
No, Cinco de Mayo is not it. That's May.
I know.
Stop it.
I know.
I don't want to completely butcher it, so I am not going to try to say it until
I used to know what it was. If I heard it, I could do it.
Yeah, you can't. I get all tongue twisted. So anyway, so I know that I know. And I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to call it like an altar, but it is called something. Where they put all the candles and all of the pictures of all the people who have passed.
The family trees.
Yeah, the people that you're celebrating.
Yeah.
It would be so cool if they had one of those, and I know this is totally biting off of Hollow Scream. I know that. But you can have people from the park. You can honor people from the park in that setup. You can also, I thought this was a cool idea. Now, I don't think Hollow Scream does this, but maybe set up, a large one that that Six Flags puts out, and they honor some of their people who are no longer with us and that we can't touch. But maybe then have a smaller one in front of it or to the side where guests can come and maybe place a picture of their loved one and light a candle for one of their loved ones that they would like to celebrate for Day of the Dead.
That would get too messy, I think. Well, especially at Six Flags. But,
well, that is true, but I think there's a way it can be done, and it's just
probably.
And it's just an idea. But I think that you still have to have that. Like, we are remembering these people. You know what I mean?
Also, yeah, they should just fill up that entire area with actors. I mean, obviously not. Right.
Well, you could
that theming, but
yeah. I mean, you could put
by Mine Train and like that path in between Zorro and the other one, Toro.
Well, there's just not enough people over there. However, they could. Man, could you imagine if they put between Toro and Bizarro, if they put a maze through there?
That'd be interesting. I'd be down for that.
That would be amazing. I would love that.
But... Also, that little, like, I know a lot of people are probably thinking you can't, you probably can't, get too many people back there because it's like a pretty slim path for the most part. But especially by the bridge where the water runs underneath, you can have like marshy types of people down below, like reaching up and stuff. Yeah. That would be that's the kind of stuff I want to see. I want to see.
And Michael is saying
yes.
Oh, okay. No,
over by Log Flume.
Yeah, Michael is saying by Runaway Train and Log Flume. There usually are.
That's why I changed topics.
Yeah, last year there were not actors there, but there normally are.
Yeah, but they're not.
They're not. It's not.
It's
really,
like one or two. It's not.
Well, the one time that I sat there and filmed, there were like 5.
Even still for that area.
But in that area, they're kind of really spread out.
Yeah.
And I just sort of feel like it would feel better if you had. I mean,
it'd be
just Six Flags. Take the idea of Day of the Dead and run with it. Do something with that in that area, because that themed area. So I love sitting there and listening to all the Spanish, the flamenco music. I think that's what it is. Really I don't know.
It'd be really cool if they did a little bit more on the environmental acting, which they did the one season. I think it might have been Hollowfest, where they had over by the the lake.
Yeah, Lady of the Lake.
Yeah, but it'd be really cool to, like, that's what I was talking about with the Day of the Dead area. Just have more atmosphere actors.
Well, yeah, and that would be good. And I think even, if you had a couple of live musicians playing, like, it would be awesome. But so that's my idea for that area. I had that idea last year as well, and I just think it would be fantastic. Who knows? Maybe I'll get my face done in, to look like a sugar skull, and I'll just walk around there. I don't know. But anyway, so
yeah, they do.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I am hoping. So, I am thinking that we're going to get all 8 mazes this year.
Okay.
That's because I can't see unless
That
I
might
mean
count
I
as
don't
an-
see why not, because if there is still, I don't think there will be, but if there is still an indoor mask mandate, all you would have to do is throw your mask on and walk through the darn thing. But I have a feeling, because I have a feeling that mask mandate for indoors will be gone by that time. Fingers crossed. I think we're gonna get all the mazes back. This is just my prediction. The only thing that's been
It would have to be
confirmed, the only thing that's been confirmed is that Dead Man's Party is coming back.
It would have to be gone before, like, if they didn't want to do it with the indoor mask mandate in place, it'd have to be gone in time for them to set up.
But this is Six Flags' decision, though.
Yeah.
To do it. It's not, the governor has already said masks done.
Yeah.
So, the other thing that I would love to see, and I doubt that this will happen this year, but I want another maze.
No.
Or 2.
No.
Why not?
No. They're not. There's no.
But think about
There's no point. Unless if it was. The only reason I would allow. Like, mentally allow another maze to go in place would be if it was, like, themed after, like, Poison Ivy or the Joker or something of that nature. I wouldn't want another maze otherwise. It's the same thing almost every time. The one unique one would be like the 3D maze or...
Oh, that one is so cool.
But, like, they already have their grounds covered. They're located in good spots.
Yes.
There's no need.
But because I think what it is I need another theme. So even if you take one maze that's already there and change the theme, like they did that a couple of years ago.
I wouldn't mind if they changed...
Remember they changed Bloodshed to Hellfest?
Yeah.
And that was great.
I would not mind if they changed, or more so modified, I suppose, change Cell Block 6 to be Joker Prison Break or something of that nature.
Maybe.
That'd be really cool.
But here's what I'm thinking. Maybe not a maze, but yeah, I would kind of like a maze for that. Like, I'm going all in on Jersey Devil right now. I want a Jersey Devil maze.
No.
I want, like, the whole thing. I want it to be horrifying.
No.
And the other thing I think, and they probably won't be able to do it because I think maybe the space isn't going to be quite enough. I mean, we'll have to see once it opens. I would love to see the Demon District in front of Jersey Devil Coaster.
That'd be cool, but I don't want a Jersey Devil maze. No.
I want Jersey Devil maze.
No, that'd be... No.
I just need a new theme to a maze. I really do.
The only way... Like I said, the only
way...
Like,
honestly, like, Fears... We just got Fears, 3 years ago or something? Like, Fears is trash. It's trash. Fears is a dumpster fire. And this is why. Because the props have been destroyed. Now, in the very beginning of the season, the props are all there and nice and shiny and everything. But, like, 1 week later, people are, like, tearing the stuff off the walls and stuff. Like, people suck. And then, half the time in Fears, you don't have the scare actors... enough of them or in the right place. Like, okay, the dentist. Wait, can I just finish this? Let me finish this. So, like, the dentist room. It took me, I can't tell you how long to figure out that was a room where a dentist was supposed to be because there was never anybody in the room. So, Fears, you could really go. We could get a different theme. I mean, it was kind of a good idea, but...
No, but let's change this entirely for a sec. Let's turn Safari into some form of maze.
Well, you know what? Years ago, they did have a hayride. Many years ago, like in the 90s. And I think I think it only went through the park. Like, I don't
I
really
agree.
remember much about it. I
I
remember
think
seeing it, and I don't remember if I ever did it
I
or
think
not.
an animal themed,
And that was also, I think, before
but
Fright Fest being what it is
I think
now.
an animal themed maze could be pretty cool. At that point, you could even incorporate Beast Boy into that. Um,
But the thing is that the mazes are supposed to scare the crap out of you.
yeah, no, that would be the like that would be the scare factors. Like, okay, our guide just left us, and he was the only one with powers here. We're kind of screwed. And then you have these
Mm.
beasts just lunging at you from round corners. Um,
I I don't
but
know, but I'm
but
thinking.
regardless, I'd rather if they ever do another theme to a maze, just do something with one of your properties for once. That is the one thing I will always rag about you guys for. You don't do anything with the properties you hold.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they could make something kind of cool, but I don't see them doing that. I think their mazes will always be, um, something original, unless they have a movie like Hellfest, where they're promoting something specific.
That's the thing though.
And
Like,
honestly, I can honestly say that now I like the Manor and I like Fears because they're both kind of a little more chill and
fears
stuff.
you're trash. Also, I like
No,
you.
no, no. I like them because they're calmer,
No, I
but
agree.
it's garbage.
That's
And
what I've been
honestly,
saying.
the Manor is kind of garbage right next to it. Like
Um,
I think they can do away with both of those and give us something brand
I-
new. Give us two new
All right,
mazes.
hold on, real fast, because right now Michael is preaching to the choir. Because I've
Okay.
been saying this from day
Well, can you
one.
read because
They should add Joker to the park, and to the wow, I can't talk. They should
To
add
the-
Joker and Harley Quinn to the park over by Batman and Joker and Harley and the respective right. Why not? You own the rights. Just do it. Like, one of the biggest things when it comes for any business is asset usage. You are not
Right.
using your assets.
well, and
You're just making new and new and new. No, you don't need new.
Well, I like his point too of, let's I have said this in the past that we need some face characters
Yes.
walking around the park. They did it when Wonder Woman opened, or was it the year
It was
before?
Wonder Woman. It was the same year as Wonder Woman, but it wasn't attached
Because Batman
to.
and Wonder Woman were roaming around for a couple of weekends. They would come out, they would
Yep.
do some pictures, and then they would, take their break or whatever. I think, I think part of it's okay. So I think part of it is you have to pay a face character more. Let's get right down to it.
Yeah.
It's about the dollars. It's about the Benjamins, and they don't want to spend the Benjamins. And quite frankly, with COVID, they can't. They don't have it. I mean, I get it, but
Yeah.
I have said it for a couple of years at least now.
Yeah,
They
kids love
need
that.
they need the face characters out there. They
And
really
even-
do.
Okay, let's say even if you have to pay them more, that almost means nothing at this point, because you've been open for how long and you've taken how much money. Like, you don't
Right.
get to
Right.
play these games anymore.
But I mean, you
And-
could easily
and that
you could have the entire Justice League out there.
Especially with characters like Batman that don't necessarily show their face. You just need someone that has
Right.
a similar build,
The build,
and the voice.
right?
I mean, it's just, oh, they
Yeah.
give me a headache, man.
Yeah.
Like, and dude, over by Nitro, they play the Mortal Kombat theme. They own the rights to the Mortal Kombat characters. Put Scorpion out there, like put Sub-Zero out there.
But I
Kids
think-
love those characters.
I
even
think
though they probably
having the
shouldn't.
Joker and Harley Quinn, especially out for Halloween, would be fantastic.
Also,
They would be perfect.
You say other parks have them. I assume you're talking about Six Flags in that regard, like
Yeah,
other Six
probably.
Flags parks. But Yeah.
And Great Adventure is the largest Six Flags park in the chain.
And somehow one of the worst.
But
probably.
But
I can't
we
definitively
are
say that.
But we are getting a single rail RMC.
I don't care.
I do. I really
care.
love that devil. I love his little face. Watch. I am hyping this up. So excited for it.
I get that.
And watch what's gonna happen. I am gonna wind up like throwing up or something on it. I will get sick. I will feel like I'm falling out of it when we're upside down, and I will get off of that and be like, I'm never doing it again.
Here's the thing.
I hope not. I hope I love it.
As much as the coaster's cool and everything, like Six Flags just keeps throwing money at the issue, hoping that new stuff will fix it. But we don't want new. We just want exciting.
Well,
and you're not doing that.
I definitely think. I mean, so here's the thing. At Christmas, they have face characters out.
Okay.
You've got face characters out at Christmas that you guys made up.
Why
don't you just put Batman out there with a Santa hat on?
I was gonna say also, yeah. Let me just point that out real fast. You guys the clowns should be added more frequently.
No, he said they should be more freaky. Yeah.
Oh, freaky. But also, we
need to get to another Six Flags park to check it out sometime.
I guarantee you they probably are better. But Six Flags Texas, as far as revenue, I know beats out Great Adventure.
Well, and I kind of blame, like, it's New Jersey. Like, I feel like we have like.
No, it's just the people who run it.
That's what I'm saying. It's the people, like, you can't get talent because everybody in New Jersey thinks they should be paid so much more, and it's like, take the job and shut up. Okay? But yeah, I kind of blame it on like the clientele of people that we have in New Jersey. It's not the South.
Okay.
Also, it's not the North. Like it's.
Also. Going in that regard.
And people in New Jersey don't want to work.
Hey, Six Flags, listen, I'll make you a deal. You get the outfit. I'll do any character you want for free. Just so that you have the face character. Because, listen here. I'll lose 100 pounds if I have to. I want to do Joker. You need a face character. I can actually do the voice. And you guys need it. So let me do it, please.
You would actually be really good.
I would.
Oh.
I'll go. I'll start working out right. Six Flags. Here. I'll give you my email personally, which you should already have. But, I'll give you my personal email. And then if you want this, I'll start working out right now. Lose the weight. And then I'll go full-on comic book Joker, white face, clean shave, whole nine, green hair.
So speaking of Frightfest, I know that CJ's Crazy Coaster crew is working on getting our group back into Frightfest to be made up as scare actors and go out.
That's true.
And to go out into the park. So if you want to do that this year, give me the. I mean, I can always ask you when they put it up, because Six Flags they do all of your makeup and everything, they put you out there, and that's all for charity. And if we do that, of course, I'll be telling you guys all about it.
Now, real fast, let's just get through a couple of comments because I have a few things to say here.
Okay.
The Ghoul Master was good. Yes. Some people like the same thing. Okay, that's not a big deal. But
you know what?
You have to sorry. You also have to give people what they don't know they want. That's the whole thing.
That is true too. But I do want to say something
this is the last one I wanted to say so that we could. They should have a Better Awakening event.
Okay.
I don't entirely disagree, but
right.
I'm not sure I agree.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't mind the Awakening. What I mind about the Awakening is it is way too loud. I remember the first time we went in to see it because we finally got there on time, able to get in and see it. Um, and we're sitting there now. This stadium, it's all metal. It's all like the whatever the metal seats
Yeah.
and stuff. The bass was so loud, and I get it. It's Halloween. You want things to be bassy and scary and all of that. I do understand that, but it was so loud that it was vibrating everything, and my teeth were vibrating. I'm I'm almost 53 years old. I don't want my teeth to vibrate. Okay? I
Um,
don't, I'm not a 20-year-old kid that would enjoy their eardrums being blared out and all of that,
on
you know. It's just a little too loud.
on that note, I
Um
think even the way going into it could be changed.
mhm.
Um, like that whole
But how?
parade.
Oh, I love the
No, no,
parade.
no.
I think it's so cool.
Don't get me wrong, but I think the way it's done could be changed slightly, and this would also, I feel would amp up the atmosphere tremendously. Is if you had like kind of flag bearers come out from the center, and the awakening event spread the ghouls throughout the park in that way. So you bring out the flag bearers, like three sets of them. Some of them go off to the right, some of them go down by Joker and fan out, and then the others go down the left. And the flag bearers place the banners by the like in these little stands in each corner,
Okay.
or like basically around the fountain. So you have like two here leading down to, and
I mean, I do like it. I also think Awakenings is. I don't think it's too long. I think there are portions of it that are a little drawn out, and
you know, I never saw that.
the talent is fantastic. And then
Mm.
I forget which Six Flags it was. I don't remember which park it was, but I saw one of their opening ceremonies on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I love that. That is so good. We need that." So I think maybe changing it up a little bit was somehow or another would be helpful just to give it a freshness to it. But I really, really do hope that um, what's my show? Oh my gosh, the one in the theater,
Uh,
Unleashed.
yeah.
I
I
hope
can't get
Unleashed
Awakening out of
comes
my head.
back, and if Unleashed comes back, then you know that the Christmas show will be back too. And 2 years ago, it was Frost, and just Frost floored me. I loved it so much. I saw that show so many times. It was kind of ridiculous how many times I saw that show. And it wasn't just because I was cold, I wanted to go inside. It was because I really wanted to see the show.
Um, I don't know. Like, for me, the I don't know. There's a lot of things I wish they would do, and they'll probably never do. And other parks are gonna do it, and they're gonna go down in rating purely because of
Yeah.
that.
I never got to see the
The
Batman stunt show.
I never did either.
Yeah.
That would have been.
But everybody says it was so good, and everybody is like, bring it back, bring it back.
The one thing that really sucks about that, which by the way, that means they had Batman. And I bet even at that point in time, he still wasn't roaming the park. You know why?
Right.
Because Six Flags sucks at their job.
Yeah.
Um,
And not for anything, and I know that they use it for concerts and stuff, but what about the arena over on the other side? Can't you give us some sort of show there? Like,
yeah.
there's gotta be.
Give us like
we definitely need. Now we just morph this into what does Six Flags need?
It-
You need shows, man. You really need
morph
shows.
it into like a classic Western Clint Eastwood stunt show kind of
Oh,
thing.
like a Western would be cool because it's that area. Yeah, that would be super cool.
And then
Some horses doing some tricks.
Yeah.
And
then the whole Batman stunt show, bring that back. I'll be Joker if you want. And then I don't know, like the other theater throughout the season, you could do movie related shows, and
well, you
like
could do
like one of the commenters just said, you could do like, oh, Pennywise. I mean, I don't think you could because they don't own that, but
Right, but you
get the
could,
point.
have, like a magician or a mentalist.
By the way, actually, it is owned by Warner. They own
And then,
Pennywise.
oh, okay. You could you could even have in the theater, throughout the year, you could have like comic weekend or
Okay,
something.
also-
You could have
also,
magic weekend. There's so many
That would
things
be
you
how
can
to do that area.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
Also, Six Flags. You want to do all this original stuff. That's where you should put the originality. Is in the shows, and then the rest of it should be maximizing your assets. That should be how it goes. I don't know. Like
I don't want this to go completely off the rails.
It already has.
Okay, but I'm only going to make a statement, and we're not going to discuss it because we're already.
I cannot promise that.
But okay, so
wait. Oh, they sell Michael Myers shirts. I thought you said Warner sold Michael Myers. I was going to lose my mind.
Yeah.
Like.
But okay, so they own
tons of properties.
Yeah, I know, but what happens if that rumor is true and Disney gets a hold of it?
Okay, so that's what I've been saying though. Would that mean that Disney
I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole at all.
That's what I was saying though. Would Disney own
I got to wear a darker shirt next time. This is all
Would Disney own
out.
Six Flags? And if that were the case, that would be the one scenario where I could genuinely see Six Flags ruling. Because in that, like, Disney's not gonna allow people to get hired that don't want to be there. They just won't.
That is true too.
And let me tell you something. There are people there that just don't want to be there.
That's for sure.
Like that's not even like, I don't think anyone has a doubt about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the customers don't even want to be there, which that aggravates me.
Yeah.
I hear that more often than not. Like I'll be waiting in line for something. There's just, I should just leave. I'm like, why are you here?
Yeah, what is your problem? Exactly.
Why did you come? Like,
so yeah, I mean those are all of the updates and our speculations. I love when we get to speculate about
are
stuff.
You okay, Meek? I'm sorry.
Oh, what'd you do? Kick the dog in the head or something?
I thought it was her head. It was her paw. Because she jittered. She jittered, and I heard her hit
It is.
Chair.
I know that they can't hear it, but it is pouring outside right now.
It is pouring. Yeah, they. He's not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different when you're doing something like what I tend to do way more frequently than I probably should, which is just harshly criticize because I want them to do better and the answers are obvious.
Right.
And also, there are some people that are obviously going to say, if they come back to this in the future or something, when we have millions of dollars, well, if you have all the answers, obviously you would be in that position, so why would they listen to you, that kind of a deal. Dude, I'm 21. I don't belong that high up anywhere.
Yeah, right.
But also, that can, that mentality is right a lot of the time, but also, like, when the company's being dumb and anyone could tell you what they can do to fake, it's kind of...
Yeah.
Everyone has a right at that point, so shut up.
All right, so
we're really gonna hard stop at an hour. We can go a little bit past.
No,
I
just I'm trying to think. I don't think there was anything else that I really had.
Because I'm really hooked on. Well, all right. So here's a question for face characters.
Mm-hmm.
Who's someone you would want to see that isn't necessarily obvious? Like, we always go to, Mike Myers for Frightfest, or just Joker and Batman in general. Who's like a less obvious one?
Less obvious.
I kind of have one off the top of my head. Because it's kind of in between obvious and less obvious.
I honestly don't even know.
I mean, for me, I think I would probably say like Elmer Fudd or someone of that nature. because they have Tweety and Taz, but they don't.
I thought they did
don't
have
really.
Elmer Fudd,
I don't
but
think
he's
so.
just not out.
Mr. Freeze, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
That'd be great for Holiday in the Park.
Yeah.
Even though it's a villain, it still works.
It works. It works for the theme. And like I said, you pull out some other characters. I mean, look, they have
the whole theme of hold on. The whole theme of Holiday in the Park. You kick it off. You have the face character of Mr. Freeze come out and shoot a beam into the air that causes snow everywhere. Like, do that whole thing, and then the rest.
And they need to work on their snow machines too for Holiday in the Park.
For the love of God, please.
Yeah.
But like, just do something.
Well, I mean, they have like when they have
try
when they have the fur characters out, they're decked out with their winter.
No, I think there are
garb.
some characters you couldn't necessarily do that with.
But
like you said,
could...
Batman earlier. I kind of disagree with that.
Well, Batman can have a scarf on and a. I mean, come on.
No, he totally could. I lean away.
And don't
from it.
Batman and Christmas go together anyway? They do.
Who are you raised by? What am I listening to?
Batman and Christmas.
Do you remember that old Christmas tale your father used to tell you about Batman beating the hell out of someone because they robbed a bank that time?
Well, you know what would be so awesome? But who owns the Grinch? Is that Universal? They own the Grinch,
I think
right?
so.
Yeah. I would
that
love
would be great.
the Grinch, but but Universal owns them.
But that's still a great call. Like, they got a song called "Haunted." Yeah, no, like changing up the music would be real. By the way, actually, that's one thing I really hate about Awakening. Why does the parade start with the Undertaker theme? Just don't use that, maybe. Like,
oh, I like that. I think it sets the mood.
It's so overplayed. It's so overplayed.
Well, I think it sets the mood.
It sets the mood.
But now, last year. Remember we noticed, and I think it was because it was Hallowfest, that there was like no music around the park for Hallowfest.
Okay, actually, that's a really good idea. I know the song you're talking about now. Disturbed would be a phenomenal song. I wasn't thinking about Avenged Sevenfold when you said that earlier. Literally just. That would be a perfect. I know you probably don't know it.
No.
But
that's okay.
It would set the mood phenomenally. I mean, you might want to remove the lyrics. Not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just like a lyrical song is kind of the stuff we complain about more or less. Mm-hmm. But the chords are there for it.
Yeah, see, I would prefer in an amusement park or a theme park.
You want the atmosphere.
I want atmosphere music. I don't want a bunch of stuff with words. Now I don't mind it, and it's okay.
Which, by the way,
it's appropriate in some areas, but not everywhere.
They probably have the rights to that song for the park at the very least.
Maybe.
I only say this because when they did Unleashed, they were playing Korn and like all these really heavy bands I did not expect. Like when I started actually.
But that's probably
listening. Oh, hey! Clown with a knife. It's been so long. Hi, friend.
I'm afraid of Frightfest. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay.
You can say it's frightful.
Yeah, it looks like Frightfest will be back. Yay.
Oh, they were owned by Warner Bros.
Oh.
I did not know that, actually. That's really interesting, then. Yeah, that is a great song, though. I'm as soon as this podcast is over, I'm probably gonna go listen to it.
Yeah,
now.
you will. Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the Avenged Sevenfold actually has a lot of really good atmospheric music for Fright. Wow, anyway.
Yeah.
But
I'm just glad that it looks like Frightfest will be back in its glory.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gonna be awesome. I think because if Dead Man's Party's coming back, that can only mean one thing.
I mean, it can mean a few things.
Yeah, but I don't think it means
No.
Hollowfest. I think that means Frightfest.
No, I don't think it means Hollowfest.
Yeah, I think that means we're getting the red fountain back. Although I did like the orange fountain. I think we're getting the red fountain.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if they kept the orange just for theming purposes, honestly. But the red was way cooler.
Well, because that's classic Frightfest. You have to have the bloody fountain.
Yeah.
And hopefully the clowns can go back to the boardwalk area.
I honestly would just like to see them ruled by Joker.
That would be neat.
That's like either that or prison inmates ruled by Joker, but that wouldn't make any sense if you kept the clowns after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to do clowns, have them led by Joker, and have Joker kind of... Dude, okay, that's another aspect we've never even talked about.
What's that?
When you do Awakening, or when you start up with the parade and everything, that's how you explain the clowns not necessarily all being right next to Joker. Because you have... Maybe this is the twist. This is how they announce it. They surprise everyone. They say, they make the trailer. They're like, oh, Joker will be in Frightfest this year, whatever. And then you don't know how he's going to appear. And you go that first night of Frightfest. You hear the dung, and the floods start going. The first couple people come out, and all of a sudden over the speaker you hear you just hear Joker just oh, this is going to be a wonderful night. Go, my clowns, ravage the streets. Find me the Batman. And that sets the clowns free.
And that would be awesome.
And it changes the entire atmosphere. From that, the Undertaker theme is gone at that point. Because now you just have the Joker just raining chaos. Dude, that'd be so insane. And then, like, maybe they do a little tongue-in-cheek thing where, like, to have him sign off, it's just...
Well, okay, and what other villains could you pull
Bane.
into that
Bane.
would work with him?
Bane.
And so the clowns belong to the Joker, but then what about some of the other, the ghouls? You
could literally have Frightfest become a faction war. Because you already have the prisoners, have them led by Bane.
Okay.
Bane, his whole thing is literally, I do drugs, now I'm big. And yeah, literally just have him run all of, like, the prisoners. And then maybe at the very end of Frightfest, you know how, like, they sign off with Holiday in the Park, do a similar thing where there's a clash of all the factions meeting by the fountain.
Mm-hmm.
And, do something with that. But... the other one that I was just thinking of would be Lex.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a very easy one to just say he's manipulating all the factions.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally make a whole story. Again, maximizing your assets. You could make an entire story out of this. Like, all right, right after Joker does his thing, you have Bane come out, cut him off, like, oh, you're here too. You're here too. Like, you think you're gonna rule my streets? Stick to your part. Stay with your clowns over in the circus, you freak. Do that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then, you just kind of like it. The characters are coming out. Everything's coming together little by little.
Yeah, see, something like that could.
It would liven it up.
It could freshen it up a little bit.
And not only that, I know I said at the end of the night have them meet at the center. Have that be the whole announcement of that thing. Is they start in the center, coming from their respective areas, drawn forth because of this war, and then Lex comes down in the center. From the front gate area, and he's just, boys, don't worry, we're taking on the Bat, we're taking down the Superman, but you have to trust me, follow me, and we will, whatever. And you do.
Okay, I think you just rewrote Frightfest.
I really did. But it's just, it would be so phenomenal. Also, I know I haven't really been reading, but I was so...
Oh, yeah, mask instead of face paint. I don't know. I would think the paint is more comfortable.
It depends on the mask. Well, it's not necessarily about comfortable in this particular perspective.
Right.
But, because I do agree, some of the paint can be really bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily that the artists don't do a great job, because they do a phenomenal job, but there's only so much you can do, and especially when you're on budget, basically.
Well, I mean, everybody that I have seen,
it's not that,
so good.
but there's a point of like, okay, this looks really good, but also a mask could do it more justice, kind of a deal.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Like the clowns, the makeup works across the board because they're clowns.
Right. Well, yeah, and you can do anything.
But something
to a
like,
clown.
but something like a demon, it's like, so you painted on horns, you did that whole thing. It looks really good, but hear me out. What if we didn't do that? Like, I don't personally have a massive issue with that. That's, but at the same time, I'm really curious to see what people think of that whole Frightfest pitch I just threw out there.
Yeah.
Because I pulled that all out my butt.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it could definitely be fun.
I think that would be.
But Frightfest is definitely one of my favorite times.
I'm gonna push it even further with that previous pitch. You could even do something where, like, if you're there first night only, you get a free cape, and you get to decide, what faction you're gonna join, Joker or Bane, or I mean, it's first night only, and that kind of prevents the craziness from happening. But first night only, you get a cape, you get to, that's more like a tongue-in-cheek thing, and might make people want more merch, but there's just so much you. That's why I can't do Frightfest, man. It's a missed opportunity.
Okay, well, you can and you will do it. But I think that it's time to wrap it up because we're beating this horse to death. I think we're good. Don't you?
I don't know. We just got a third person that literally just joined.
Oh, I feel
like a minute ago.
I feel bad. I wonder if we should start.
I
wonder if we should start doing the podcast around 8 instead, starting at 8, because it seems like the people who have have joined a little bit later. Like
they'll have to let us know in the comments if you guys would prefer us to move from 7:30 to 8,
or even 8:30. But I don't think I would go beyond 8:30 for a start time.
I think
anyway.
the big reason they join late is just like. We're always late.
I doubt that.
Well, no, because if you can't rely, I've done that a lot with streamers I watch. Because if they're off schedule, like they're known to be off schedule, you don't know when to go. You don't know if they'll be there on time that day.
So, but anyway, if you are just jumping in here, go back and watch from the beginning, because we're getting ready to wrap it up here.
And in particular, honestly, we should clip it and put it on Facebook and like make a poll out of it. I'm really genuinely curious what people think of that particular Frightfest pitch.
Right.
Because I can't believe I did all that. Oh, wait. I didn't even read the more lighting effects, old album, and then Amen. Okay. So even Clown with a Knife is like, yeah, lighting effects could be better. Or he was talking about my pitch. I'm not sure which. I'm not sure the timeline of these comments.
Right,
but,
yeah, because we weren't.
I didn't see the Amen. I saw everything else, and I just didn't see the Amen. But seriously, massive shout out to Clown with a Knife, Michael Raphael, and, Juice WRLD Forever. You guys are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you all
we
for
really
coming
appreciate
out.
you guys coming.
We're dragging this out way longer than we should.
We absolutely are.
Make sure you like, subscribe, ring the notification bell because the subscription button wasn't enough. Now we have to have 2 different buttons, and we love you all.
But
definitely
very, very 100% subscribe. Share with your friends. Get them hooked on the channel. I think that is going to do it for this podcast, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed the conversation. We enjoyed chatting with you guys a little bit. So that is all until next Thursday.